Hello everybody. It is Jackie from Pocket of Preschool, and I am so excited you are here watching with me today or tonight, whenever you're watching. We are going to talk all about fun ways you can write in shaving cream. I know you guys all love to do this in your classroom, but let's be honest, once you get it out once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, the kids get kind of bored with it. So I'm gonna give you some ideas so you can write in shaving cream a bunch, like all year long with all your different themes, just to kind of do it with like a little twist or a little fun addition, or to sneak in writing letters, numbers, shapes, all the things, or sight words. And then I'm gonna tell you some cleanup hacks too, because we all know this can be a little messy. So my number one, let's do the cleaning hacks first. That way, hopefully you'll be more excited to do it in your classroom, because we love doing sensory in our classroom, but let's be honest, like it's a mess, and the kids, if they're crazy or you're having a day for whatever reason, shaving cream might put you over the edge. So let me tell you my tricks. So one, I get all my shaving cream from the Dollar Store. My next trick is to always use a tray. So have your students write in the shaving cream on a tray. That one has to go. So otherwise, these are all in my Amazon storefront. So I love these because they have like a lip on them. So it kind of all stays in here, most of it. I have these, you can tell these from my art center. Those work too. If you want something smaller, these work great. These are, I use sometimes for writing trays, but you can use like sand writing trays, but you can also use them for shaving cream trays. So basically pick whatever you have, use whatever tray you already have in your classroom, and use that for your shaving cream tray. Now, if it's all contained in the tray, hopefully you have a sink in your classroom. If not, down the hall, then you can take all the trays, kind of mush them together and get them to the sink, so that way the table is clean. Now, if you don't have, let's say you're like, want to be all brave and just gonna put it all over the table. It's hard to clean up because it's soap, right? So get a squeegee, or you can also use, this is like one of those like credit cards you get for a present. Oh, I got it out of the Dramatic Play Center, out of the cash register. So let's say there's shaving cream all over the table. You can literally use the squeegee and like get most of it up, and then have a kid take it and put it in the trash can or the sink, wherever. And then it's easier to clean up. So again, use a squeegee to kind of get it all in one spot, or you can also give the kids. Now, this is the trick. Have the kids do this for you. You don't have to clean everything up, because they're gonna love using a big old squeegee, smushing everything to the middle, or they're gonna love using these cards, because listen, very satisfying, right? Like they can scrape it all up into a pile. And look at what my hand is doing as I'm doing this, right? I'm turning my wrist, I'm grabbing it with my pincer grasp, right? I'm grabbing it, or I'm grabbing this, and I'm moving my wrist. I'm using my arm and my elbow and my shoulders to kind of move and maneuver to get all the shaving cream, my invisible shaving cream, in a pile. So this is really great. Fine motor too is the cleanup part. So if you put it on the table, the squeegee is like a game changer. It makes such a big difference. It's amazing. Okay, so we got the squeegee and we got the card. The next thing is, like, let's say you gave your students a whole bunch of like letters or something to put in there. So what I typically do is this is my, it's like it's a colander, and it slides apart so it fits your sink. So you can just set it right in. You can tell this one is stained, it's fine. But put this on a tray, and then have all the students, like let's say they had like counters or something in the shaving cream, have them put all the little things that are in the shaving cream, have them put it in the colander or the strainer for you, whatever you call it. And then all of that is in there. And again, they're using their little muscles to put it all in for you. And then they can take their tray to the sink. And now you have all the little things in here. All you have to do is go to the sink, run this under water. And honestly, a lot of times I like extend it to my sink and I let it kind of dry out in here too. So it's kind of like a wash tray and a drying rack at the same time. Now, if you don't have the sink one, use the circle one. You use whatever one you have in your classroom. Yeah, so those are my tips and tricks. And you guys, the squeegee and the strainer, I mean, it makes a huge, huge difference. So I'm actually going to use this tonight when we're doing the video because I'm going to do some shaving cream examples for you guys. So I'll be putting all the stuff in my little strainer over there. So why on earth are we going to make this mess and clean it all up and give this amazing experience to the kids? One, it's multi-sensory, right? They're using their hands, they're exploring, they're feeling all the different textures, and they are, whether they're making letters or numbers or they're writing or they're just exploring, making those fine motor muscles strong, they're just learning because it's hands-on, right? Which means more parts of the brain are they're gonna be using different parts of the brain, they're gonna be more connections, which means that's the time it's gonna stick. Learning sticks through play quicker than a worksheet. We all know that, right? I'm preaching to the choir on that one. So, all right, so we're doing it because it's multi-sensory. You can also do it for kids who don't like sensory, right? Let's say you have some kiddos and they're like, no, I don't want to play with the shaving cream. I don't want to touch it. And they're like up against the wall, right? Like you have those kiddos who don't want to touch it. If they are verbally or if their body language is showing you that is not something that they want to do, don't make them do that because then they're going to have a behavior because their body is by like being very far away or them having a scared face or gesturing that they don't want to do it or maybe they're verbally telling you they don't want to do it, they don't want to touch it. If you force them to, they will have a behavior because they are showing you that they're not comfortable with that, so do not make them do it. But we want everybody to participate in the activity and in a way that they feel comfortable, that they feel safe. So what you're gonna do is give them something so that way they don't have to touch the shaving cream. So you can say, you know what? I know you don't wanna touch it, and that's okay with me. Sometimes I don't like to touch things either, or I don't like the way something feels, so I'm gonna give you this paintbrush. Maybe they want to use a paintbrush. Maybe they want to use a little mini spatula. Maybe you can give them a tongue depressor. You can give them a mini Q-tip. There's so many things that you can give them, or you can give them an option. You can say, oh, you know what? I know you don't want to touch this, but do you want to use a paintbrush or the spatula to write in the shaving cream? So that way they can still look. They can still write or explore, participate in the activity that the rest of the class is doing at a way that they feel comfortable and they feel safe. And now look, now they can do it. And guess what? They're engaging in the activity, which is the most important part. And they're still, look, if they have a paintbrush or a spatula in their hand, they're now holding it and developing that pencil grasp too. So look at that. It's an extra added bonus. And they're gonna know that it's safe. Like your classroom is a safe place because they told you they didn't want to, or they, showed you with their body language they didn't want to, and you didn't make them. So now they're going to feel more safe with you. You'll have that relationship because maybe, let's say they're playing this time. Look, they're up close with it and they're exploring it, even though they're not touching it, which is better than against the wall, right? And now maybe while you're not looking, they may touch it just once, and that may be all, and they're going to scrape it on the side, right? And then maybe next time they touch it a bunch or a little bit more. And then maybe by the end of the year, I'm flicking shaving cream everywhere. Maybe by the end of the year, they will be exploring the shaving cream maybe with one finger or their hands. And they will build up to that because they will get used to the feeling, or they will feel that they're in a safe place where they can touch it and explore. So that's my trick for that. And let's say one friend gets a paintbrush, and you know what will happen sometimes, right? Everybody will want a paintbrush, and that's okay. Give one to everybody. I have a whole bucket of them. I can say, oh, you know what? If you raise your hand if you want a paintbrush, just go ahead and give them out. A lot of the kids will use them for a couple minutes, and they'll probably put them down because they want to touch and they want to explore all of the fun shaving cream. And you can use any paintbrush, a thick paintbrush. You can use thinner paintbrushes. The thinner it is, the better it is, or easier to grasp for a friend. You can also use some that have different brush styles. Again, use whatever you have. Use whatever your student likes. So you can use all those brushes. So we got our shaving cream. So let's say, oh, I forgot to talk about this. So what are some of the things you can do in shaving cream? I think that we kind of know all this, right? So we can make what? We can make different types of lines. So I'm gonna smooth it out. And in my fine motor journal pack, I have all the different types of lines. Now, if you have them just on like strips, you can do that too. You can just have them out in the middle. I would laminate them though, because if the kids touch them, you're gonna wanna wipe them off. And they can go bump, 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 erase. And again, if you have them in the fine motor journal pack, just use that. Because again, if you already have this prepped, why get something else out, right? Why do things twice? You can do big curve, big curve, big curve, erase, 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 erase. So you can do types of lines. You can do letters. These are just some I have laminated. These are free on my blog. I'll put the link after I'm done so they can practice their uppercase letters. You can have them practice lowercase letters. You can have them practice both. So they can say uppercase R, lowercase R. What else could they practice? They could write their name. They could practice, what else? Sight words. Is. They could practice numbers. 5. You could also practice shapes. Here's a triangle. So you can practice letters, numbers, shapes, types of lines, sight words, your names, CVC words, anything you want to write, anything that they write or draw. You can do this in here. You can do Map Man in shaving cream. That would be a really fun twist on Map Man. That would be so fun. Now, again, we get shaving cream out once and they're like, oh, this is so much fun. They love it. And you get out twice, 3 times, 4 times. And then they're kind of like, oh, this is kind of boring. Like, I'm kind of done. So let me tell you some fun ideas that you can do to make it even more fun. So, you can't see, but over here, I have a big tray of things. Now, I said you can use a spatula. So one thing I like to do when you're doing like either a bakery theme or a birthday theme, keep the icing containers. And then what I usually do is, this one's not yet, but I will cut off the label and I will laminate it. And then I'll put it back on because if I'm using it with shaving cream, it make it messy. And then I want to be able to keep that environmental print on there. And so laminate it if you're going to use it with the shaving cream. All right, these are just washable paint. It's just like washable Crayola, washable discount school supply paint. You can put it in the little jar. I just put a little bit of paint in it. And look, now let's put a little bit more in there. Now it's colored and it looks like what? It looks like icing. So this is fun for a bakery theme. And again, they can scoop some out. And obviously I would probably fill it all the way up to the top. And then they put it back in and then they can explore with the icing, and then they can make all the things, whatever you decide you want to do for your lesson that day. Now, let's say you have your icing for your Play-Doh. Well, maybe it's, pretend this isn't Christmas. Maybe it's just like vanilla. So you can also put out some sprinkles. These are from the dollar store. My trick is with the sprinkles, hot glue one of the holes closed. And then they can put some sprinkles in their shaving cream. And what's that gonna do? It's gonna make a new texture in their shaving cream, which would be so fun. So can you imagine everybody's just shaking. Now you can also do it, or you can put it out and let them do it. It's gonna get covered in shaving cream, it's okay. I have sprinkles in my cabinet that are just for sensory, so use that. Now, maybe, we're gonna get rid of this. So maybe, and this guy, I'm gonna get rid of this too. Hold on, cleanup time. All right, we're gonna switch to these little trays. So maybe you're doing a pizza theme. So you can give everybody some shaving cream. Maybe you wanna pretend that this is your pizza dough. So you can put some brown paint. Oh, I forgot, you can also use liquid watercolor if you have that. Just a couple little squirts of liquid watercolor. And then you have pizza dough. And now they can make the letters in the pizza dough, which is really, really fun. Now, you can also add spices. This is some oregano. You can also do cinnamon for like a gingerbread theme. And guess what happens when you use spices? They're now using that sense of smell. So now you're awakening another sense. So now you have your pizza dough. And again, there's a new texture because there's a little bit of oregano in the pizza dough or your shaving cream. And now they can make all the letters in their pizza dough. Like, how much fun is that? Like, so much fun. And again, we're just writing, exploring. You can say, okay, everybody, I want you guys to try and make we're gonna put toppings on our pizza. Everybody make some circle pepperonis. Around, 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 stop. Around, 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 stop. And everybody can make some circle pepperonis. Like, oh, what else does our pizza need? Cheese. It needs cheese. And they can dot their cheese on. You can say it needs peppers. Peppers are like a curve. So do little curved peppers. So you can practice all the different types of lines. So you can do it for a pizza theme. And again, you could also do this for gingerbread just by adding some cinnamon, right? You could pretend it's a apple pie and you could add cinnamon that way too. And you can make the lattice on top of the apple pie. You can make the little circle apples in it or apple slices, whatever you want to do. So you could do pizza or you could do apples, up to you. You could even give them like a red pom-pom to write with if it's for apples. That would be really fun too. Okay, there's that one. Let's put that over here. All right. Okay, so you know I have more ideas for you, right? Okay, these are stuck together. So maybe you're doing a transportation theme. So you want to pretend that this is a road. Again, liquid watercolor or, and you guys, that was brown liquid watercolor on my hand. It came right off. So don't worry about staining hands. Although I will say every once in a while, have you ever noticed that purple and pink stain? I don't know why. But, so purple and pink stain, usually the other colors don't. So now you have a road. So again, you could use black liquid watercolor, a little bit of black paint, and get out your transportation counters. So you can have a car. Maybe it's back to school, you want to have school buses. These are just the transportation counters that we already have in our cabinet. And I just have my my plastic tray. But again, I know somebody asked in the questions if this is a lid or a tray. This is a tray, but if you have lids that are this size, like those to-go lids, flip those over. Those would absolutely work too. You could also do airplanes. Maybe you're doing transportation. They can land. Maybe you're doing a train. I will say if you're doing a boat, you probably want to make this the ocean. So I would use blue for that, which we're going to do that one in a minute. So they can take their little car and look. You can't see because of my shaving cream fingers. But as they're holding onto their car, they have to use those little muscles. So now they can drive and make zigzags. And again, erase, erase, erase. They can make shapes. And again, we're doing is practicing those different motor paths to make the different letters, the different shapes. And again, if they want to just explore for a couple minutes before you start the activity, you say, okay, we're going to make a road, and everybody mix up their paint. Say, okay, you guys get 3 minutes to just play and explore with your car and your shaving cream, and give them 3 minutes to explore, and then say, okay, ready? Everybody make the letter A, and then you model it, and then they do it, or maybe everybody makes circles, whatever you want to do. Okay, so we got a little car. Can't really see it anymore. Again, put it in the strainer, have everybody put them in there, and they will be all cleaned. So much easier. Okay, so we got that. Okay, the black did stain a little bit, but if I washed it off with water, it would come right off. So, it's fine. All right, so ready for the next one? So, hold on. So like I said, you can always do the ocean. That one is so much fun. Now, it doesn't have to be for summer. Maybe you're doing transportation and you're talking about boats. I'm just gonna do this one with the paintbrush so you can see that it's, again, just as great as if they're using their fingers. Look how cool that is, you guys. How much fun would that be? Now, would they have a little bit of shaving cream on them? Yes, it's fine. Again, paint, watercolor, liquid watercolor to make your beautiful water. Again, you could use boats for your transportation theme. You could also use animals. Like you can give everybody an animal and say, okay, we're gonna make circles with our shark. And they just have them use it like a pencil, hold it like a pencil. They can swim it, make it go. Okay, you could also, oh my gosh, you guys, you could do prepositional words. So you can put the boat in the middle and you can say, put the shark under the boat. Put the shark on top of the boat. Make it go around the boat. How much fun is that? I just thought of that on the spot. Okay, it's random ideas I have. So again, you could do ocean, you could do boat. If you're doing sports, you could do swimming. You could pretend this is a swimming pool. One more fun thing to mix in is glitter. Now, I didn't mean to get that whole thing off. And again, we are just doing this so that way it's a little bit more engaging. Okay, when I took the top off, it did just enough glitter. I can't get this, there we go. Okay, it doesn't have to be a lot. Just a little bit, little sprinkle. Use whatever glitter you have. And now look, now it's glittery, and when they use their finger, they can feel the glitter specks in it. Again, another fun texture, which is really, really fun. So we got a little shark, we got our boat. So much fun. Okay. You ready for another one? So, well, I'm not gonna do this one. But you could also do for the winter, do shaving cream with penguins or whatever Arctic little animals you have, because this could be snow and they could be dancing around in the Arctic with some little silver glitter. So much fun. Okay, so another fun one you can do. This one I know a lot of you guys have seen on the blog. I love doing this one. It's for dental health. So you make toothpaste. So a little bit of green, a little bit of blue. And then instead of giving everybody their finger or a little tool to write with, have them make, like mix it up, because then it looks like what? It looks like toothpaste. Isn't this so cool, you guys? So cool, so simple. And then they can make shapes. And then they can brush to erase it. They can make letters. Here's an M. Erase. And they can brush to erase it. Like how much fun is that? Like, look, how cool with a toothbrush. So fun. And again, we probably already have this out for our theme anyways, right? We already have all the toothbrushes out. You can get toothbrushes at like the Dollar Tree, like $5 in a pack. So go grab like 3 packs and you're good to go. Oh, let me get rid of these. So the next thing I have for you is, where did I go? Oh, okay. So this one my students actually thought of. We did, one year I did dental health with, like at the same time as like Healthy Me, blood and guts. So tell me this doesn't look like guts. They're like, so we did the toothpaste the one day and they're like, Miss Jackie, tomorrow we want to do like our guts, like the inside, we want to do our blood. We should just use shaving cream and red liquid watercolor with like a doctor thing or like a body thing. And I was like, oh, like tongue depressors. And so their idea, they smoothed it out, and then we made all the different things, shapes, letters, numbers. Again, you pick what your objective is for your shaving cream writing, but how much fun is the guts? It's really fun to do around Halloween. You know, it'd be really fun if you had some like eyeball, you know, those eyeballs from the dollar store, like around Halloween, you could hold on to that and write with that. They could also, you could put some like eyeball sprinkles in. Oh my gosh, it was so fun. Okay, there's another one. And yes, I have more for you. So you can also take literally any themed sprinkle you have. So if you have, I always get the sprinkles at Target after the holiday is over, or like not Hobby Lobby. I don't go there very much. We don't have any by me. Or what's it called? Like Marshalls and Home Goods. They always have these giant things of sprinkles pretty cheap. So literally you could, if you have like some of the bigger ones, like these little hearts or something, instead of using it as a sand tray, you could make this pink and then put the sprinkles in that, and then they can write in that. If it's Halloweeny, I have these. Oh my gosh, these skulls would have been so fun in the like body, the guts one. So I have these ghosts and pumpkins. Let's do a Halloween one really quick. That would be so fun. So you could just do like a little bit of purple. That's gold. Always label your liquid watercolors on the top because they all look the same in the bucket. And then maybe a little bit of orange. So it's kind of like doing potions, but with a writing twist. And then you could even use a Q-tip because it's like a bone. And then they can mix it up. Oh, look how cool that is, you guys. So Halloween-y. And will it eventually just turn brown? Yes. Okay, we got some like witch's hats. We get a pumpkin out. And you don't have to do a bunch. Like each kiddo only needs like, I don't know, however much comes out. And then they can write. And how much, look, you can also have them see if they can make the sprinkles move. We did this one year, and it's just a really great hand-eye coordination activity because our eyes are muscles just like our hands. So we need to practice hand-eye coordination, visual discrimination activities. So this one's a really fun one. So they have to make the big sprinkle move through the tray. That's really fun. Or again, they can mix it all up and then you can write letters, numbers, whatever it is. Also, if you don't want it to turn like brown, just do purple and green, no orange. But brown is Halloween-y because it's in the fall. So do what makes your heart happy. And don't worry, I don't ever use these sprinkles in my classroom for eating. So once you use your sprinkles for a sensory activity, don't put them back in the kitchen. When I taught, and I had another teacher in my classroom, I would always put like do not eat on anything that I had that was for like a sensory activity to make sure in case I wasn't there that everybody knew that was, we actually had a sensory like kind of food cabinet that had like sprinkles and cinnamon and things like that, oregano. Not that we cooked anyways, but just in case so everybody knew that was not for food. Now, you can also use, I said this already, but you can also use extracts like maple extract. I love the way this one smells. You can make, so kind of along the same lines as the oregano, you could make some pancakes. You could do oranges. This one would be really fun. Again, this would be a really fun 5 senses activity. Have different kids have different trays and they can switch. Banana. I love these 3 because you can actually really, really smell them. And the peppermint's a good one too. But and they'll last you forever once you buy them because I think they're kind of expensive. Okay, so we talked about how the sprinkles and things like that add texture. I'm going to use the paint again so you guys can kind of see how the paint is. So I'm going to mix it up with my spatula just because it's faster. So let's say we're doing the zoo, or maybe it's spring and you're doing, I don't know. I will say the paint does kind of make it not as fluffy, Whereas the liquid watercolor, it stays pretty fluffy, but it's still really, really fun. They won't notice. Now, let's say you have some green rice. You can put, it doesn't take a lot. You can put a little bit of the green rice in. And then when they're writing, maybe it's spring and you're just writing the grass. And it's just another fun texture. You can also, if you're doing like, maybe it's the jungle and everybody gets an animal and they can play with their animal in their tray and make tracks. Or maybe now, okay, everybody make a circle. I'm just doing shapes because it's easy. Square. Okay, everybody make the first letter in your name. J for Jackie. And again, we're just going through that motor path. Is it really easy to see? No, but we're just practicing those different motor paths. Because we're just making those motor paths so that eventually we'll have them memorized. So when they go to kindergarten, they won't have to think about writing all the letters. It'll be like automatic, right? So you can do grass and any kind of rice. And again, it doesn't take a lot. Like this would probably be enough for like the whole, 20 kids. Like it literally takes just a little bit of sprinkle. You can also do oatmeal. That one's really fun. Again, that would be fun around the holidays. You could have like the oatmeal. You could do different ones. You could do like a gingerbread cookie tray shaving cream writing activity one day. And then the next day, maybe you could do oatmeal raisin and give everybody like a pom-pom and you can pretend that's your raisin and they can put a little bit of cinnamon in so they can sell it. And now we got some oatmeal. That would be really fun. Sand, I have to show you this one in person. Hold on. This one's really fun. So sand and shaving cream, if you've never done it before, it's really fun. It doesn't take a lot, but it kind of, oh geez, maybe a little bit more. Okay, that was a lot. But it makes you can like feel it. You can't see it, but you can feel the sand. So kind of like, like you're at the beach, or you know how when you get home from the beach and you can feel the sand on your toes, but you can't see it anywhere in the car, in your house. So it's a really, really fun texture. And as you can see, you can't really see it in the tray. So you can add sand, and I know sand is kind of hard to get sometimes, but they do have colored sand in like the craft style at the Dollar Tree. That's usually colored. But you can use this, you can add sand to any writing tray. Like if you're doing a different, like maybe you're gonna do blue or orange or something. Maybe you're gonna do orange and add some orange extract and you wanna add a fun texture. You can say, oh, I'm gonna sprinkle something special in everybody's shaving cream and for a new texture today. Again, it doesn't take a lot of like crazy things to get your kids interested in it and the activity. Sometimes it just takes sprinkling a little bit of sand or rice or adding a little bit of color or adding some counters to your tray, and it makes it so fun. I'll tell you 3 more things, and then I think that's all I got for you guys for this one. So another fun thing you can do is add, I love foam shapes, and I know a lot of people build with foam shapes, but foam letters and foam numbers. Now, if you don't have any, usually at the Dollar Tree, they have those foam puzzles. Grab one of those, and then you have a set of foam letters for like $1 or something. But these are great because you can put them in the shaving cream. And again, just have all the kiddos, when they're done with them, put them in the strainer, and they're super easy to clean out. But they can put them in the shaving cream and they can trace them on the foam letter, and then they can make it next to it. That's what I love about foam. The foam letters and numbers. And they're really, really easy to clean. They're nice and flat. It's kind of like a giant magnet number, but for shaving cream. So they can put the letter in, and then they can put it to the side. And then now we have F, and they can make F. And are they gonna be all over like this? Absolutely. Can you put a tray in the middle for them to put all their shaving cream colored? Hold on. It's quite the, ooh, moving you guys. Hold on. Maybe not your back. There we go. Okay. So that way, like, everybody's like got their letters and their numbers. You can put them all in this tray. And then they can pick one, they can trace it, and then they can write it over here, and they can put it back. Because let's be honest, they're all gonna be covered in shaving cream by the time they're done with them, because it's fun and it's messy, and that's exactly what shaving cream is. Fun, messy, but so much fun. And again, when you make things hands-on and engaging in your classroom, that's when that skill will stick. So this may be the time that Jackie learns and remembers how to make the letter J, or remembers that's the name, or remembers that K has a long line and a line in and out, 2 diagonal lines. So it just might be the time it sticks. So do all the hands-on activities in your classroom. Do the shaving cream. Have so much fun. And try with the shaving cream hacks and tricks and little tweaks in your classroom. And if you do try any of these, make sure you tag me on social media. I love to see what you guys do in your classrooms and when you try my ideas out. So yeah, so again, I hope you enjoyed all of these fun shaving cream ideas and you do lots of shaving cream in your classroom this year. And I will see you guys next time. And don't forget, all the links are at the top or wherever the links are. And I will make sure to link these trays because I know a lot of you have been asking about them. So I will link those, and then, yeah, I will talk to you soon. Bye.